What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Acting Broseph video. Today we're going to be talking about the good and the bad from the surprise release of Halo Infinite's multiplayer mode. First of all, bravo to 343 for pulling off the surprise launch of the multiplayer. There was next to no coverage leading up to this moment, aside from a small update a few days before launch, and a supposed countdown timer on the Pringles website, which apparently was for their new Halo Pringles, and just coincided with the surprise release of Halo Infinite. I'll let you decide if you believe it or not. Now, we've been streaming on this channel for the past few days, and I've managed to get a decent feel for the game. So I want to start off by saying Halo Infinite feels a lot more like Halo than Halo 5 ever did. And one reason why is the change to the movement mechanics. Halo 5 brought about a wide variety of Spartan abilities, some good, some bad. But what we can say for sure is the addition of all the movement mechanics in the game changed it fundamentally away from the original trilogy and more towards its modern counterparts to somewhat mixed reviews. But with Halo Infinite, it seems like we are getting the best of both worlds. The removal of some of the Spartan abilities from Halo 5 and the additions made to equipment pickups blends mobility with utility and a number of different equipment items that can be extremely effective in the right circumstance. Halo has always been a game about pushing the boundaries and innovations, and the move to combine equipment with Spartan abilities seems to be one of those next innovations, at least for Halo Infinite. Now, I also really enjoy all the new weapons we get to play around with. I don't necessarily understand how all of them work just yet, or what situations they would best be used in, but still having a good time trying them out. I can point to a number of different new guns that I enjoy playing around with, but I think the Heatwave is at the top of my list for favorite new weapons. It's pretty unique with the way the shots bounce off the walls and the ability to change how they come out of your gun. This weapon seems to be taking the place of the classic shotgun with a bit longer range than the Bulldog, which is almost like a Mauler in my opinion, but with a slightly longer range. I also do have to mention, the Skewer is a really cool weapon to use, kind of a sniper slash anti-vehicle weapon that oddly seems to function best when you're no-scoping with it, at least in my opinion. Nice little niche for that weapon. Alright, now let's talk about the bad. The progression system is awful. Very low experience rewards, regardless of your performance in a game, and specific challenges that can be hard to complete. For example, kill 5 players using the Wraith's cannon. Okay, so first of all, you have to play big team battle. Then you have to get the Wraith, which is no guarantee upon itself. And if you manage to do all that, then you still need to get 5 more kills, which is no guarantee in one run with the Wraith, especially if you haven't had a lot of practice with the Halo Infinite Wraith. You know, it's clear we need a revamped progression system for Halo Infinite to truly reach its peak, as well as a good campaign release. People want to feel rewarded at the end of each game, and Reach was a perfect example of customization and progress. Yeah, you know, it did take forever to farm points sometimes, especially if you wanted to get inclement weather, but it felt worth it to buy that piece of armor or death effect, and gave us another reason to keep playing the game we loved. Luckily, it seems like some of our complaints have been heard, because as of November 18th, 343 has announced the first changes to Halo Infinite's multiplayer progression, saying that players now earn 50 experience more towards their battle pass with every match-made game played, and they're updating some of the challenges. 343 is also doubling the experience boost from 30 minutes to an hour, and they also mentioned this is only the first set of changes, and the game will continue to evolve based on player feedback. You know, this could just be lip service, but the fact that 343 is listening to their fans a few days out from release and is making active changes to make the overall experience better for the player is something to be noted and a good sign for the future. Now, another thing that 343 should address is the customization, more specifically the color schemes. Right now, if you want to be able to change your Spartan color, you have to either unlock more colors through the battle pass or purchase them through the store. And that is a far cry away from what we got in previous Halos. This is from a post in r/Halo that shows the customization of colors, and you can really tell all the different color schemes that you can come up with just in this free model. And honestly, that's how it should be in Halo Infinite. You should be able to choose a wide variety of different colors without having to pay for it. It just feels like 343 is taking something that's always been a part of Halo and monetizing it, and that just doesn't feel right at all to me. So if 343 can revamp some of that type of stuff and get the players really focused on what's the most important thing about Halo, the gameplay, then Halo Infinite could have an extremely bright future. The gameplay is solid, very fun. It's nice to use all the variety of different weapons, The maps are unique and have different character to each of them. We just need some of the other things to be fixed. And if 343 can do that, then we could be looking at one of the next greatest Halo games in the series, and probably the best Halo game that 343 has ever made. And I think deep down, each and every one of us wants to say that we were
blinded by its majesty.
Alright, and that's it for the video today. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more of it, be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter for the latest Acting Brosif news. Peace!